What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our final edition of our NHL season prediction. Today, we'll be focusing on the Central Division.
Yeah, so as you guys probably know already if you've watched our first few videos, we're going to be starting at the bottom with our 8th place team in dead last, and we're going to slowly move our way up until we get to our number 1 team. And then at the end,
we're going to battle it out because obviously we're not going to agree on everything.
No, actually we've had a couple where we might have been a little similar, and I just don't see it happening here. So without further ado, I'm going to take this away. All right, and coming in at number 8, I have the Arizona Coyotes. Last year, they managed to finish second last, only behind the lowly Montreal Canadiens. But you know what? This team didn't get any better, so I can't really expect anything else. It looks like they're pretty much going full scorched earth here, and once Chychrun's gone, that team is going to just be a pile of scraps. And I mean, I guess if you're a Coyotes fan, you have some future things to look forward to. You're going to be probably drafting top 5 for a while. And at least you got Logan Cooley coming up in the system, so that'll be something. But yeah, I can't really see this team beating anyone ahead of them here on this list. And at number 7, I have the Chicago Blackhawks. This team is also pretty much a giant dumpster fire, but the one thing they got is they got a superstar. They still have Patrick Kane. And honestly, until he's traded somewhere, I can't put this team lower down than Arizona, because just that star power alone and the fact that he could put up 90 points and carry 2 plugs on his line basically, then they're going to be higher than Arizona in this division. Coming in at number 6, I have the Winnipeg Jets. Now this is where it starts to get a little more respectable. I like the Jets. I think they're a pretty solid team. I've always been a big fan of Mark Scheifele, I guess other than the time where he laid that hit down on Evans in the playoffs there. But other than that, he's just been a pretty solid player, point per game consistently every year. But this team really lacks something when it comes to depth and defense, and I just don't think with the stacked teams in this division that they can actually compete for a playoff spot. Coming in at number 5, I have the Nashville Predators. Now, Nashville had an amazing season last year. It seemed like almost everyone on their roster was having a career year, whether it was Roman Josi, Matt Duchene, or even Ryan Johansson. But I got news for you guys. That's not going to happen again this year. This team is not going to have that kind of success. It was such an outlier for all their careers to put up that many points and to just do that well. And I don't think UC Saros, as great as he is as a goaltender, can carry this team past some of these other guys on this list that are like high tier caliber playoff teams. All right, and coming in at number 4, I have the Minnesota Wild. Now this team last year, they took a massive step. Kirill Kaprizov should have honestly been nominated for the MVP because what he did with that team was incredible. He carried them so hard. I think he was like 25 points ahead of second place on the team, and that team before was like a 10th, 11th place team. And what he did to carry them to a playoff spot is just incredible. So hats off to that guy. But you know what? With all these contracts they're holding between Sutter and Parise that they still have on the books this year, it's going to be really hard for this team to make much with their cap problems. And they have a bunch of young kids coming up in Marco Rossi, Kalen Addison, and then Matt Boldy's in year 2. I think the team is just too young right now and lacks cap flexibility to compete with some of the bigger teams in this division. Coming in at number 3, I have the Dallas Stars. Now, I really like the Dallas Stars right now. I think they're making some good moves. Honestly, sometimes addition by subtraction can be huge, and I really like that they no longer have Klingberg on this team. I felt like he was such a liability in his own end, and it was becoming such a pain to have to debate between where Heiskanen and Klingberg would fit on the power play and in certain situations that now they no longer have to worry about that. As well, they still have all their good defensive defensemen. They still have Hakanpää. They still have Lindell. This team has a really good backcourt to work with, along with some good youthful talent in Jason Robertson, who really flourished last year, as well as guys like Rupe Hintz. When he's healthy, that's a guy who can really make a difference as well. And I just think with Jake Ottinger in net, we all saw that Calgary series last year. This team is going to take steps forward, and I think they can get 3rd in this division this year. Coming in at number 2, I have the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis had a pretty good run last year. Honestly, if you take away Tampa, they were the only team that gave Colorado any kind of run for their money. And I think they've pretty much kept the majority of their core together. It's going to be interesting what they do this next offseason, but as far as this season, I think their roster is ready to compete with almost anybody. Binnington cannot be as bad as he was last year, guys. So don't expect it to be like 3 goals against Binnington. He's probably going to get back to like a 2.5, 2.6. And if he does that with this offense, having Jordan Kyrou, Rob Thomas, Tarasenko still, even with the loss of Perron, this team's going to be able to score goals. And with a competent goaltender, this team's probably good enough to be second in this division. And coming in at number 1, which I don't think is really a shock to anybody here, defending Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche. This team did have some losses, as most Cup teams do, and they no longer have Nazem Kadri on their roster. But make no mistake, this defense is beyond elite. It is stacked, it is deep. But to have Josh Manson, Bowen Byram, Cale Makar, and Devon Taves as your top 4, and Samuel Girard when he comes back on top of that, that is ridiculous. No team should be that blessed on defense. It's going to be almost impossible for any other team to match that speed on defense. They can catch anybody, and that's just insane. And then on top of that, re-signing Nate McKinnon to his really expensive, top-notch contract now, his 12.6 that he did. They have all the pieces still. I don't think losing a guy like Kadri, even though it's a second-line center, which is pretty important, I don't think that can slow this juggernaut down. This team is poised to repeat and should be easily, far and away, the top team in this division once again.
So now I'm going to introduce my 8 picks. Starting at number 8, I have the Chicago Blackhawks. The Chicago Blackhawks has Patrick Kane. I love Patrick Kane, and that's all they have. At number 7, I have the Arizona Coyotes. The Arizona Coyotes, the only reason why I have them ahead of Chicago is because I like their depth a little bit more. I like their goalie a little bit more. To be honest, I don't even know who Chicago's goalie is right now, but I like Vejmelka. I thought he played really well last year considering he was playing on such a bad team. I still like Clayton Keller. I still like the promise of having Nick Schmaltz. Lawson Krause was playing a lot better. I actually really low-key really like this player, Dyson Mayo. But yeah, they also still have obviously Chikrin and all those guys. So I still think this team is going to be competitive. Now, at number 6, I have the Nashville Predators. The only Nashville Predator to me overachieved last year. I know Roman Josi, Matt Duchene, and Ryan Johansson had overachieved last year, and there's no way these guys are going to have that type of production again. So that's why I have, you know what, their goalie's still very good. UC Saros is still very good, elite goalie, but in the end of the day, I just felt like they overachieved last year, and that's why I have them at number 6. At number 5, I have the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets, initially, I was able to rank them even a little bit higher, but then I realized their depth is really bad. I don't like their 3rd and 4th line. Even their 2nd line of Cole Perfetti. I'm not sold on Cole Perfetti. He's a young kid playing with Blake Wheeler. I'm not so sure about that. A lot of players on Winnipeg underachieved last year, and I fully expect a lot of them having rebounds, particularly the goalie. Connor Hellebuyck is... But people forget that this guy was an elite goaltender. But this guy, I feel like he's going to come back with a vengeance. He's going to have a great year. Same with Blake Wheeler. He got his captaincy stripped, and I feel like that's really going to motivate him. At number 4, I have the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars is a very interesting team. Obviously, we don't know how long Jason Robertson is out for, but I know eventually he'll be back with the team. Eventually, I don't know when. But this team, to me, is kind of a one-line team. I know Tyler Seguin is probably going to play better than last year, but in the end of the day, I just still don't really like the depth of this team. But they do have a really good goaltender in Jake Ottinger. I like the fact that Klingberg left this team because now Heiskanen is going to be the pure number 1, bona fide number 1 D-man playing number 1 power play, which was what I don't know why he wasn't on number 1 power play last year. But yeah, I have Dallas Stars at number 4. At number 3, I have the Minnesota Wild. Listen, Kaprizov is my favorite hockey player in the whole wide world. I love Kaprizov. So yeah, but at the same time, outside Kaprizov, they have the best shutdown line in hockey. I think the line of Joel Eriksson Ek with Marcus Foligno and Jordan Greenway, that line is incredible. I watched this team play live, and the way they counterattack is amazing. On top of that, I still like their defense. Their defense is very strong still, and obviously their goaltenders are pretty good with Marc-Andre Fleury in net. But in the end of the day, it's Kaprizov. That's going to be the X factor for this team that can push them ahead. despite all that has happened with them in the offseason, losing Kevin Fiala and all that, I feel like this team has guys that can step up, like Marco Rossi and Matt Boldy is going to step up into bigger roles this year. So that's why I have this team at number 3. At number 2, I have the defending Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche is a very good team still. They have one of the best defense corps in the whole league. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I feel like the fact that they lost Nazem Kadri, a bona fide number 2 center on the team, and on top of that, they lost. Their starter is gonna be Georgiev. I've never seen Georgiev ever play outstanding hockey. So the problem with that goalie tandem and the fact that they don't have a number 2 center really makes me worried, especially when the number 1 team has a very, very elite center group on their team. But going back to Colorado Avalanche, the reason why I have this team still very, very high is because, A, they're a defending Stanley Cup champion, and on top of that, they have a lot of X factors like Nathan McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog. These guys are game changers, and on top of that, Cal McCarr. I've never seen a defenseman in my lifetime that's as good as Cal McCarr. So the fact that, and on top of that, they have one of the best two-way defensemen in the game with Devon Toews. Technically, they got him for nothing. It's unbelievable. But other than that, yeah, I have Colorado number 2. And at number 1, I have the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues, to me, is still an elite team. I know they got beat by the Colorado Avalanche in the playoffs last season, but I felt like Nazem Kadri was the big difference maker when he came back into the lineup and scored those game winners. So I feel like with the loss of Nazem Kadri, again with the Colorado Avalanche, I feel like that alone makes St. Louis Blues stronger. I feel like out of all the playoff rounds that Colorado faced last year, St. Louis Blues gave them the biggest difficulty, even bigger than Tampa Bay Lightning. I felt like they had a tougher time beating this team than Tampa Bay Lightning. It just shows how good this team is. I feel like Jordan Binnington had a bad season last season. I feel like he's going to have a strong rebound season this year to start. And on top of that, I really love their center group. Their center group are O'Reilly, Robert Thomas, Braden Shen, and they got Noah Chari. Like, that's 4 solid centers going down the middle. And Colorado just simply don't have that type of center depth now. So that's why I have this team at number 1. And on top of that, their top 4 defense is still pretty good. It's not as good as Colorado, but I trust their goalie more than I trust Colorado. So that's why I have them at number 1.
I don't think I've ever heard someone say that they really like Dyson Mayo before. Like, you could have gone on with Clayton Keller or talked about how Victor Soderstrom is an exciting prospect for the Coyotes, and you're talking about Dyson freaking Mayo.
I know, but listen.
Who likes Dyson Mayo? I don't think Dyson Mayo's parents like Dyson Mayo.
Listen. Look at that name.
You just like him because of mayo. Is that your favorite condiment?
And Dyson. Like the freaking vacuum.
Oh my gosh. I swear, you really, like, I don't know if you've seen this guy play, but that's just hilarious that's like the one takeaway. I know I know the Coyotes aren't exciting guys, but I promise
I gotta find something exciting about the Coyotes,
they're more
okay?
exciting
they're also
than
playing,
Dyson
They're
Mayo.
also playing in a college arena. Isn't that exciting? Of like 500 people?
Hey man, at least it will be full.
Yeah, at least it'll be full.
Don't be a hater.
I'm not being a hater. I think that's cool.
I think they have some fans, okay? You just can't see them. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because honestly, I really could care way less than talking about who's actually last between Chicago and Arizona. They're both pretty much giant dumpster fires. Do you agree? Mm-hmm. It's not even worth the time?
No.
I really don't care which one finishes last, personally. No. It's either Bedard goes to one of them, so it doesn't even matter.
Or who's that Russian kid?
Matvei Mishkov.
Oh, that kid's so good.
Yeah, so either way, they don't lose. I mean, they're going to get... Hey, you know what? If you're a Blackhawks fan or a Coyotes fan, you're going to really like this year. You're going to get a good player. So
you want to finish last.
Yeah, you want to suck. You want to suck. Like, you go out there, you should be drinking on the bench.
Well, clearly,
you should be really
clearly that's what Chicago's trying to do, though. So.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty much doing that. Like, they're tanking aggressively. Yeah. Like, it's not even close.
Move on. Which team you want to talk about?
Well, you know what? I was going to save it for last, but I just can't because, like, my blood is boiling at this. You saying that Colorado won't be first. I feel like you're searching.
Oh, hell no!
You're searching for attention. You're searching for attention.
You're crazy.
You can't tell anyone here that you think Colorado will not win this division.
You know, last year is not this year, right?
You know that team's the same, right?
No, it's not.
It's the same.
Different
Kadri
goalie?
doesn't make a difference.
No second lines. You know how many points did Kadri have last year?
Yeah, he had like 80 something. It doesn't matter.
Like 90 almost.
Yeah, but guess what? It literally they can plug and play anyone there.
No.
The team is so deep.
Who's gonna take that role now?
Bro, they could throw like Nishushkin on a line with Landeskog, and they could put like some guy from the AHL center, and it wouldn't make a difference. That line would still dominate.
So you're trying to say Newhook?
Oh yeah, probably Newhook.
You think Newhook is gonna put up 80 points?
No, he doesn't. Bro, do you need to put up 80 points to win the division?
Yeah.
No, because the first line is gonna.
That's what Kadri did.
Dude, Rantanen and McKinnon are probably gonna get like 95 each, and then you got the best defense by a.
They got that last
mile.
year.
Yeah, okay, so who's scoring on this team? Who cares who's in net? They're never going to have the puck. Bro, you're going to have like one of these slow-ass forwards skating by, and then one of Taves, Makar, or Byram just going to strip them because they're too fast. There's no way Colorado loses this. You know that.
Yeah, no, I know Colorado.
You're getting too
Colorado
cute.
would be second, maybe even
cute.
third. I don't know.
Third, okay. Yeah,
Second, I think they're going to go second. Look at it, you're such a Colorado fanboy. So cute.
It's not even a fanboy. It's just it's called common sense. You got to get some common sense here. Jeez.
Listen, Colorado's a good team, but have you seen St. Louis Blues? Have you seen their center depth?
Okay, what are you super excited about? Their center depth? You think that's the big gap?
Oh yeah.
Did you notice in that series how slow their forward or how slow their defensemen looked?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, so they have this really fast Avalanche team, by far the fastest team in the league.
Yeah.
And you got like one of the slowest old pillars, like you got Periaco standing there just like a salt pillar, just like this, just like please don't pass me. And then you got guys like Makar who are just like freaking Usain Bolt just skating by people, Bo and Byram. And you're thinking that a team that slow is going to do as well as a team that fast.
That team put up a very good fight against the Colorado Avalanche in that is it semifinals? Yeah, or the second round.
Because Darcy was next level awful. Like that, it's just so bad.
They're gonna have even worse goaltending with this.
That should be proof. Okay, so look at Grubauer. Okay, I want everyone to see Philip Grubauer when he was on the Colorado Avalanche.
I know where you're getting with this.
Vezina caliber goaltender.
I know.
Do you know that he was dead last once he left and went to Seattle last year? He was the worst goalie in the league, and he was a Vezina goalie on Colorado. So do you not think a guy like Georgiev or Francouz can plug and play and do the same thing?
Oh, Francouz gonna be injured. He'll probably play like 5 games this season.
They just need one buddy. They need a warm buddy to stick in net.
Georgiev, no way.
That's
no
enough.
way.
That's all it takes.
There's no way. Like, you listen to yourself, man. Georgiev.
Bro, I can put you in net.
Georgiev was so bad in Rangers.
I'll get you like a pillow, and I'll strap it to your legs, and I'll put you in net.
Yeah, but I'm a pretty good goalie, no?
No. Let's not go that far. But, like, it doesn't matter. It honestly does not matter. They will win the division regardless of who's in net.
Oh, my gosh.
That team is too good.
St. Louis Blues is better.
In what way?
Every way.
What way?
Except for defense, but the forwards are better.
The forwards are not better.
They are. As a unit, it's better. Look at center. Look at that beautiful center.
So pause. So their forwards are better because their
center.
Their fourth line is better than the Avs' fourth line? Is that what you're saying?
That too.
Because their first line's not better. Their second line's still not better, even with Newhook at center.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to have Nishushkin and Landeskog on that line too? You don't think that's going to be better than what they put together?
Landeskog is overrated. He's not that great.
Perron's gone. That second line's not as deep anymore, man.
It's okay.
They're just going to
they got a whole bunch of guys. Barbashev. They got like
Barbashev.
Yeah, man. Tons of guys that they can. Braden Shen. He's playing third line on that team. You know that?
Braden Shen and Barbashev's your argument for this of why you think this team's going to be better.
He's better than whatever third line that Colorado has. What?
JT Compher? Did you
see
him?
That's it.
Did you see how good he looked in the playoffs?
JT Compher is he's okay.
A solid player.
He's a solid player, but he's not.
He doesn't even have to be great.
He's not game changer, no.
I mean, they got all that on the defense and on the first line. You act like they haven't won like this for years. They've won with the same strategy for years.
They're not. No.
They don't need 12 scorers.
No.
To win. They don't need that.
St. Louis Blues is going to be the number 1 team in the Central Conference.
It's going to be funny when it's like 41 games, halfway point of the year, and they're already back 10 points at halfway.
No way.
It's not even going to be close.
No way.
No, that's ridiculous. Next.
You think Jordan Billington is going to have as bad a season as that? No way.
No, he'll be better.
Exactly.
I said in my portion, I said he'll be better.
Yeah, so Jordan Billington being better will improve their standings already. Their team is almost the same as last year.
Improve their standings, not catch the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, beat them.
Bro, this team's probably going to win the President's Trophy.
No, they're not.
It's going to be them or like one other team.
No, it'd be St. Louis Blues.
Win the President's Trophy?
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could bet you right now. Like whatever you wanted to bet, I would take it in a heartbeat. There's no way. This is going to look crazy because watch, St. Louis, like we'll both be wrong and St. Louis will be even lower down. They'll be like fringe 4th playoff spot or something. We'll both be looking really stupid for having them that high.
No way. Okay. Next.
But yeah, this is like talking to a wall. So we'll go next here. We pretty much had the weirdest thing, you know? Every single pick we're exactly reversed. 7 and 8 were reversed, 5 and 6 reversed, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2. Like I don't even know how that like randomly happens, but
how the heck do you have Nashville lower than Winnipeg? That's crazy.
Nashville smoked Winnipeg last year, and
that's last year.
Yeah, they're running it back. It's the same. They don't make changes. This team does the same thing every year. They don't change things.
No, I mean
Winnipeg's already going to rebuild. What do you mean?
Winnipeg still got Scheifele, still got Blake Wheeler.
Yeah, for now they have Scheifele.
Yeah,
he wants out. He's going to leave.
They still got all those players.
They also stripped the captaincy from Wheeler for a reason because the team's a mess.
I feel like Wheeler's gonna be motivated. Look at Connor Hellebuck. He had one of the worst seasons I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, you could say that, but he had the same bad season the year before too. He's had 2 bad years in a row.
Yeah,
now.
two bad years.
I don't know if you can say it's one bad year. It might just be the goalie at this point. Like he's starting to not look the same the last few years.
He looked pretty good in the playing round, or when
he's been outplayed by his backup back-to-back years.
Yeah, that's
pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
So even if he comes back a little bit, I don't think it's going to be UC Saros level. Like we're talking UC Saros is probably a top 5-6 goalie right now in the league. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, I agree. Nashville's going to regress. I'm pretty sure Nashville's definitely
There
going to
is
fall.
no way Matt Duchene is going to get 80 points.
No chance.
No chance.
No, he'll probably go down like 15 points or something. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's like 65, 66.
I won't be surprised if this guy's even a 45-point player.
Okay, that's too far. This guy
not that good, especially Ryan Johansson. That guy shouldn't have done.
No. They're all gonna go. They're not gonna score as much. Nashville's not a scoring team. I don't know how they scored that many goals last year. That was such an outlier. That's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening. And even Yossi's 92 points is
no.
that's unheard of.
That's not happening.
That's not happening
No,
again.
he's not gonna break 90 points.
No, not even 80.
High 70s, yeah. High 70s, yeah. Something
maybe
like that.
70.
No, he will. He's still a great offensive.
Maybe
defenseman.
60.
Okay, now you're just being a crazy hitter. You just think this team's gonna score 80 less goals?
Yeah, and they're gonna be like
lot.
6. Yeah,
that's like a goal per game for the whole season. You know that, right?
Yeah, they're not.
That's not gonna happen. No, they'll fall back, but they're not gonna fall that.
Also,
hard.
this Eli Tovinen guy, I thought this guy would have been so much better last year, but he sucked.
No, he's not good.
He was bad.
No, he's not
atrocious.
He's starting to not necessarily a full bust, but he's definitely not what they thought he was.
Nope.
And they don't really have that much. I mean, they have Joakim Kamel, but that's not going to be this year. That's going to be next year probably. Mm-hmm. So they really don't have anything changing in their lineup. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much the same line again.
Also, how come you have Dallas over my Minnesota Wild?
Because I think Minnesota can't possibly compete with what they did last year.
You're crazy.
So they already traded out Fiala, who, I mean, you can replace, yes. And I like Marco Rossi, who's definitely going to play, for sure going to play this year, probably in the top 6 the whole year. But you don't have that money. You can't go out at the deadline and add anybody. And the team is very young, which is good for the future of the Wild. I think they have a great future. They're probably going to be a top 3 team in their division for a lot of years. But I think they take a step back this year. I just can't see that team competing. No. They'll probably still luck out for like the last playoff spot or something.
Hell no.
No, they're falling back.
Hell no. They got Kaprizov. The best, literally one of the best players in the game.
Fleury's another year older. They don't have the extra money. They lost, their 80-point scorer in Fiala.
First of all, Dallas probably won't even have Jason Robertson to start 10 of their games.
Oh, 10 games?
Maybe
I
10,
thought
20.
the season was 82 games. Is that a big portion?
That's the only guy that can score on the team. And Rupe Hintz.
Okay, I'm going to go out and say this. There's no way Tyler Seguin, healthy, will have as bad of a season as he did last year.
How do we know he's healthy? We don't know.
Well, I hope he's healthy. He's had all this off time.
He's healthy.
It's been a lot of time.
Maybe he's permanently dead. You never know.
He's permanently dead?
Yeah, maybe something happened because he looked horrible last season.
Oh, he was horrible. I'm not defending him. That whole team couldn't score goals.
Jamie Benn, he's got legs like a rock. He can't even move.
Okay, I'm not defending Jamie Benn.
Yeah,
we're gonna allow
sucks
that.
so bad.
Yeah,
he lost me money. Screw this guy.
Jamie Benn does suck so bad. I can't even defend that. But Tyler Seguin will be better if Rupe Hintz stays healthy a little bit. And then they sign Robertson. That
You know I
team
love
is good.
Roope Hintz, right?
I know. That's why
Oh.
I'm playing at your heartstrings here.
He has the best hair in the game.
But I mean, you also got Ottinger in net, who, as we all saw, holy crap, he looks good. He's the real deal, and he's been good for 2 years now.
I love Jake Ottinger.
People finally started to realize
joke.
it. They finally started to realize it when he tore apart Calgary. But before that, no one was talking about him. But this guy's for real.
But Jake Ottinger always let in those stupid third period goals, no?
That is true. He's third periods. He's probably the best goalie in the league in the first 2 periods. Not a good third period goaltender.
Yeah.
But I think between their defense and goaltending is so much better.
But there's 0 players on the team that's as good as Kaprizov. Like
That-
not
well,
even
yeah.
not even like the Kaprizov's here. And
Okay,
then the next guy is like here.
You're also comparing a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah.
Of course, no one on their team's better.
Yeah, so like he's like the difference maker. I watched this guy play. I
Yeah.
actually went on purpose to watch this guy play live.
His back is gonna
And
be
you
so
gotta
sore.
understand. You gotta understand that third line, that Joe Eriksson Egg line is unreal at counterattacks. Unreal.
Yeah. How do you shut down a team that already doesn't score goals?
They score lots of goals. They got one
Dallas
of the
doesn't
best.
score.
Oh, Dallas so bad.
So what are you shutting down? The game's gonna be
That
1-0.
was so bad.
Dallas will score more goals. So that last year was ridiculous.
I can't have them number 3. Come on, you gotta drop them to like 4. Come on.
No. I can't.
Over Kaprizov.
You really think it's gonna be the exact same top 3 as last year?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. Come on.
Oh, it doesn't
Year to
happen.
year, that doesn't
you
happen.
really think Colorado's still gonna be first? No, that doesn't happen either.
Oh, the 100. Dude, the Colorado's gonna be first for like 6 years. What
No
do you mean?
way. No
Probably
way.
5-6 years before they're not first.
No
In that
way.
division? Yeah.
No.
Come on. No.
They're second, maybe even third. I don't know, but second. They're second. They're not first. St. Louis is first. St. Louis, you do me proud. Craig Berube.
This is
do me
what I
proud.
really love about this channel is we have this on record forever. So I am going to have so many laughs at this at the end of the year
Oh.
when I get to like stare at this guy and I look at like St. Louis's total. I'm like, oh, that was a cute,
I can't wait
that was a cute little 104 points you had there, bud. Oh,
can't-
Avalanche had 130. What,
I can't wait to laugh at you when Philadelphia finishes ahead of your Islanders.
sir? I don't know if you've heard. This is the Central Division.
Yeah, but still.
Oh, okay.
You give me so much flack for that one.
Yeah,
so
well,
I'm like,
that was
no,
bad. I mean,
I can't wait.
I mean, I'm sure the viewers gave you flack. They're probably like, "What is this guy drinking in his tea before this show?"
You know what's crazy? People don't think that Kaprizov is a top bona fide number 1 best left winger in the league.
I mean, he's definitely top 2 at worst. He's probably the best.
I think he's the best.
He probably
I think the
is.
viewers need to know that Kaprizov's the number 1 best left winger in the game.
Okay, yeah, you vent. You go off, Queen. You tell them. Yeah, okay. Well, he got it out of his system now. So now that he got that out, I think we're going to call it a day. He looks like he's been through something, so he's having a time. So we're just going to call it, and when you see us next, we'll be doing some different type of content. So
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing how this goes.
This was
And
fun.
we will for sure, at the end of this year, at the end of the season, be doing a recap video on how bad either of us or both of us butchered these standings, and we'll see how close we were accuracy-wise. But until then,
We'll see you next time.